Well, Katie, as we move to the end of our show, I'd like to thank you again for your time, for being here. I, I think it was a great conversation. Loved your tips and best practices. And as usual, I'd like to ask you, just like we ask every guest we have, to share what was your biggest lesson during your holding history, and what is the piece of advice you give to the people that are starting theirs?
My biggest lesson, it's hard to say. There are many, and I've shared elements of them in some of our earlier conversation. But to me, I think what I've realized over the course of the last 15 years of being a lean coach and consultant is that it's really not just about the tools and the things that we can see with our eyes. The tools are important, aids and help with us, but it's really about principles and behaviors, those things that are not necessarily visible to us. And we need to have a balance on that as well. And, we can't overcorrect. It's not just about, coaching and asking questions. The tools and the process improvement concepts are really important as well. So it's about having a balance on that and knowing that there's a technical side and a social side. There are visible things and invisible things. But the biggest lesson is to not copy what you see out there, because what's visible is what's working in one context, and in that context is likely to be very different than your context. So to keep those principles really at the forefront, and to use the principles to challenge your thinking about your processes, about your organization, and about your own leadership skills and capabilities as well. So I suppose that's my biggest lesson, is really focus on the principles and not necessarily the visible artifacts and tools that you see out there.